Would you stop and ask or just keep walking, like everybody else did? She'd been sitting there for over 3 hours right by gate C17, past the pretzel stand, across from that bookstore nobody really shops at but still pretends to browse when a flight's delayed. People rushed by, business suits, tired moms, teens glued to their phones, not one person really looking. I mean, not seeing her. But she was hard to miss, back straight, lipstick perfect, clothes tailored like she just walked out of a boardroom. The kind of woman who looked like she'd never needed help in her life. And maybe that's why no one stopped. Because she didn't look helpless. But I did. Or, well, Carter did. My 6-year-old had just pulled his dinosaur out of his backpack and whispered, "Daddy, that lady looks sad." So we stopped. I leaned in, real casual, and asked, "You okay?" She flinched like the question startled her, like no one had asked in a long time. "I'm fine," she said, automatic and flat, like pressing a button on a machine. She wasn't fine. Her name was Alyssa Carrington. Yep, that Carrington. I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know her father ran a tech empire, or that she used to fly private and lead national campaigns like it was nothing. All I saw was a woman in a wheelchair with a water bottle tipped over near her feet and no one willing to pick it up. She hadn't moved in hours, not because she couldn't figure out where to go, but because she couldn't ask. That kind of stuck with me. You build an entire life being the one people count on, and suddenly, asking someone to hand you a bottle feels like surrender. She said her car was late. Said she was waiting. But I could tell she'd been waiting longer than just that day. We sat beside her. Me and Carter. We weren't trying to be heroes or anything, we just Saturday. Carter shared his peanut butter crackers and told her about his grandma's indoor swing, and for a second, I saw her shoulders drop. Not like she gave up, more like she remembered how it felt to be seen. Then her phone buzzed. Her car had been sent to the wrong terminal. ETA, 45 minutes. 4 hours sitting there, and now this. She didn't complain. Didn't cry. Just this quiet, sharp stillness, like she was holding everything in place with sheer will. I offered to help her get over there. "I don't walk," she said, deadpan. I told her, bad wording, sorry, and that was it. No panic, no apology spiral. Just respect. She stared at me like I'd passed some kind of test. "That's rare," she said. Carter broke the tension by asking if her chair had a horn. She smirked and said, "Only for people who deserve it." He laughed so hard he nearly choked on his crackers. That little moment, silly, light, it cracked something open. Not everything. Just enough. But then cue twist. This woman in a navy blazer shows up, name tag, clipboard, voice dipped in customer service sugar. "There you are," she says, looking right past me like I'm a luggage cart. "Let's get you downstairs before there's more confusion." Alyssa, cool as ice, says, "I've got help." Blazer lady glances at me and Carter like we're stray dogs she's legally obligated to acknowledge. "Your father was very specific," she adds. Alyssa doesn't flinch, but I do. I step forward, not aggressive, just there. "She said she's got help." The woman cocks an eyebrow. "I wasn't speaking to you, sir." "No," I say, "but you're standing in front of a 6-year-old and talking like you're reading a case file." We get in the elevator. Silence. Then Carter looks up and goes, "That lady sounded like a robot." Alyssa laughs, and it's real. Like maybe it's been a while. She tells me later, as we walk toward the car roll, that the injury wasn't the hardest part. It was how people changed. Friends stopped calling. Colleagues started speaking slower. Her dad. He meant well, but treated her like a fragile heirloom instead of a leader. So this time, she booked her own flight. No handler. No first-class lounge. Just her. Terminal 3. Coach. On purpose. You passed, I said, half joking. Not just the travel, she replied. The in-between. And then this part sticks with mesh turned just before getting in the SUV. Why didn't you ask what I do? She asked me. Because you looked like someone who needed space, not a resume, I told her. She smiled. That's rare. 2 weeks later, she launched a new division. Called it Groundline. Quiet start. No press release, no ribbon cutting. Just an email, let's start again with people first. She hired people like her, overlooked, underestimated, deeply human. No suits. No buzzwords. Just folks who knew what it meant to rebuild from the ground up. 6 months later, Carter and I flew to Kansas City, not for work, just to visit. He wanted to see the superhero lady with wheels. Her office? Full of sketches, notes, and one quote on a whiteboard that Carter pointed out: you don't have to prove anything. You're already enough. My words. I'd forgotten I even said them. She handed me a cracker peanut butter, the good kind, and said, full circle. Yeah. It was. Sometimes, the people who change your life don't show up with capes or solutions. Sometimes they just sit with you. Share a cracker. Ask if you're okay. And sometimes, that's exactly what saves you. Now let me ask you, if you saw someone like Alyssa sitting alone at an airport, would you stop? Or keep walking? Drop a comment. I want to know what you would have done.